Hey everybody, it's Oz, and
Jubilee.
so it's Off the Grid with Oz and Jubilee. If you want to know more about us, you can go back to our very first video, which is our introduction. It'll tell you about us and about what we do up here. We probably need to do an updated one because we've come a long way since then. Today, we are going to talk about this really awesome fuel keg, which is put out by Mr. Heater, which also makes the My Buddy heaters, which we will do in a separate video because they are absolutely incredible machines. So Mr. Heater, I guess, came along with the idea of having refillable 1 pound tanks so you don't have to buy the 1 pound green tanks anymore. Not only is it financially a great idea because you're going to pay 70 cents to fill one of these up, at least in my neck of the woods, as opposed to paying $5 for one of those cans. And let's not even talk about the environmental issue that you get with the cans. I mean, with millions of people using them, you've got millions of these metal cans going into dumpsters or going into the landfill that cannot break down. They are a nightmare. So today I'm going to show you how you fill these up, and then I'm going to show you the best part, which is what happens when they don't fill up, or they only fill up like 4 ounces. The other thing I want to give you is a disclosure that I do not work for My Buddy or Mr. Heater, and I am not a professional person, so you're going to do this at your risk. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by taking this guy, and you have to use this apparatus that you can buy separately, because inside here it has a special little thing that goes in here, and it's going to push into there, which opens up the valve. So we're going to take this guy, and you are going to line that little notch up, and I always push from the bottom, and then you twist this as far as it would go. You should not have to use tools. Okay, as soon as it's nice and tight, then you can turn on your 20-pound tank, which, by the way, they also supply these nice little legs. And what I got to say about the legs that I've lived and learned, make sure that you put these 2 legs as close to the edge on this one as possible, and this one here, it has to be right in the middle. Okay, so we now have the propane tank turned on, and I will tell you this, make sure you always turn your tank off whenever you're using these things, because one time I left it on and I came back and my 20-pound tank was empty because this little guy here decided that it wasn't going to pop up all the way, so all my propane leaked out. So good idea. Anyway, now we have this on, we're good to go. We're going to make sure there's no air inside the tank. There's a little bit, so we're going to let that release. Okay, so all the air is now released. We're going to close the little ring back. Now we're going to push this down, and I cheat, I use a nice little clamp here. This takes about 60 to 90 seconds, so we'll be back. Okay, so we've had this running for about 90 seconds. So according to Mr. Heater's instructions, this guy should be full, right? Maybe not. Let's find out. I have a scale here. The empty tank weighs 1 pound and 13 ounces. So if this guy is full, it should weigh 2 pounds and 13 ounces. And by the way, when you take this off, again, push from the bottom up. So we're going to put this on the scale. We're weighing 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Therefore, we do not have 10 ounces worth of propane that should be in this tank. Now I'm going to show you what I learned to figure out how to make it work. We are going to reattach this guy here. Okay? Okay, so we have reattached the tank, which I guess has 6 ounces of propane in it, not 16. So I've reattached it. We're not doing anything with this guy. We are now going to push this down again. I use the clamp to hold it. Now we're going to open the release valve until we see propane starting to come out of it. Okay, so we've been running this for about 60 seconds. Let me show you. You can now see the propane coming out of it. Okay? That means it's absolutely full. Like when you go to fill these up at the propane place, you notice that they do the same thing. They put that guy on there, they tighten it down, they turn it on, and as soon as they see the propane coming out, that's when they shut it off. Okay, so again, make sure you push up while you remove this. Be careful when you do this part because propane's gonna go poof. Not too bad. Okay, let's go back over to the scale now and let's see where we're sitting. 2.14. It's about 1 ounce too heavy, but that's okay. So we're at 17 ounces, which is 1 pound of propane inside your little black tank. So if you guys have that problem, that's what I found was the solution to fixing it. Can't guarantee it's a good idea or a bad idea, but I know it works for me. Been doing it all winter long and not having any problems with it. So good luck with that. Have a great day.